Here's why I think at the end of the day, with Marvel, DC running supreme and all that feeling great and good, here's exactly why I think we need Star Wars back and why I think it's going to come back.
Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
What's good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. Listen, I think it's time for Star Wars to come back, man. And I think it's on a fast track to coming back. I think by next year, we're going to be talking about Star Wars in a much different light. Maybe I think even this year, because when that Obi-Wan Kenobi series really hits, when Ahsoka hits and that Obi-Wan Kenobi series hits, those two by themselves are going to bring Star Wars fans back to the table, reminiscing, discussing, enjoying, jizzing, coming to what the prequels had to offer. Now, I'm a huge fan of the prequels, and for many years, the prequels have been bashed by original trilogy fans, but it took them to understand that Star Wars could get a lot worse than what they thought. The sequel trilogy of Disney came out and ruined it for everybody. I mean, Force Awakens was trash, dumpster fire. The rant is on my channel. Last Jedi was dumpster fire trash. The rant is on my channel. Rise of Skywalker was dumpster fire trash. The rant is on my channel. And I hated Rogue One. A lot of people say, oh, Rogue One wasn't so bad. Most of the time, those are original trilogy fans who are just gatekeeping because it's tied to the original trilogy. The story is. But that's a bad Star Wars movie as well. Surprisingly, the movie that Star Wars fans boycotted was actually the best. Solo, A Star Wars Story, was better than all of the Star Wars movies. Ain't that a bitch? But that's neither here nor there. I'm talking about the return of Star Wars, baby, and the rise of the prequels, because the prequels are the best Star Wars anything to me. Number one, I have a top 3 Star Wars films. Before you original trilogy fans get upset and want to click away and say, Jody, you fat bearded bastard. Listen to me. I still got number 1 Star Wars movie of all time as The Empire Strikes Back. So chill.
You win.
That thing is just
perfect.
Oh, thank you. That thing is glorious. That's number 1. Number 2, Episode 3, Sidious versus Yoda, Sidious versus Mace, Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Let's go. You can't mess with it. Darth Sidious is the greatest villain in pop culture history. He's better than the Joker, better than Darth Vader, better than Lex Luthor, better than Venom, whatever the heck villain you want to mention. Sidious is the greatest pop culture villain of all time. And Episode 3 puts him on the show front, baby. Duel of the Fates, Episode 1 is my 3rd favorite because of Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, lightsaber battles, Jedi, Force, midichlorians, telling is the and then all the other ones fall in the line after that. But that's where I'm at. So I just want you guys to know what type of motherfucker I am. And what I really believe is that Star Wars is coming back because that Obi-Wan Kenobi series is going to have so much epicness in it. It's taking place in the time where I feel like they should have made a Star Wars movie for decades, during the time of Execute Order 66, where Darth Vader has to go and hunt down all the Jedi and kill them. Rogue One did a terrible job at showing Darth Vader's cunning. He was whack. Showed a hallway fight trying to get plans. Trash. But here, Obi-Wan Kenobi series, we have Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor is reprising the role. He's definitely going to have that. Just to see him again is going to be epic. And to see them lightsabers come out and him having to fight for his survival, maybe meet up with Ahsoka in his show, maybe have a Force ghost Qui-Gon, because we talked about it. They talked about it at the end of Episode 3. An old friend has made his way. To commune with him, I will show you. And they was like, oh, Qui-Gon? And he had to learn how to train. He got training from Qui-Gon over those 20 years while he was like learning his journey while Luke was hiding. Luke and Leia were in hiding. There is so much meat on the bone during this 20-year span between the end of Episode 3 and Episode 4, where Obi-Wan is going to be, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series will probably take place, that, oh my goodness, man. I think all of us are going to unite behind this, man. Star Wars fans, except the sequel trilogy. Them fans don't count. Prequel and sequel, prequel and original trilogy fans, we could unite. We unite. Nah, I'm just playing. But we could unite together behind the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and we could talk about Star Wars and enjoy Star Wars and appreciate the epicness that show is going to bring. And then Ahsoka, let's not even mind the fan favorite Ahsoka, where they've been wanting Rosario Dawson to play Ahsoka for decades, and it's done. That's the ultimate fan. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau seem to be calling the creative shots. Kathleen Kennedy, dun, 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 dun. She's kind of out the way, and it looks like she's purposely stepped aside to let Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau do their thing. So long as she does that, I think that Star Wars will be fine. Then when you combine the fact that the former wife of George Lucas himself came out and said that Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy and Disney and J.J. Abrams have no clue what they're doing, it just adds more fire to the pot. It's even more room to get them together. She said, quote, "I like Kathleen. I always liked her. She was full of beans. She was really smart and bright, really wonderful woman. And I liked her husband, Frank. I like them a lot. Now that she's running Lucasfilm and making movies, it seems to me that Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams don't have a clue about Star Wars. They don't get it. And J.J. Abrams is writing these stories. When I saw that movie where they kill Han Solo, I was furious. I was furious when they killed Han Solo. Absolutely, positively. There was no rhyme or reason to do it. I thought you don't get the Jedi story. You just don't get it. You don't get the magic of Star Wars. You're getting rid of Han Solo?" She went on to say a lot more other things. She says, "They killed Han Solo. They killed Luke Skywalker. And they don't have Princess Leia anymore. And they're spitting out movies every year. And they think it's important to appeal to a woman's audience. So now their main character is this female who's supposed to have Jedi powers, but we know how she got the powers or who she is. It sucks. The storylines are terrible, just terrible. Awful. You can quote me. Abrams, Kennedy, talk to me." Stuff like that gives a Star Wars fan hope, doesn't it? How good did you feel when you heard those words? How good did you feel when you first heard those words, if not just now here on Jody's Corner? It's the fall of Star Wars sequels and how they're not even, I believe the trilogy that was made by Dumb and Dumber, I think Dumb and Dumber got kicked off and now they're chilling with Netflix. I think that the adjustments that they've made because the Solo bombed and the fans hate the sequel trilogy, I feel like, and then with the rise of The Mandalorian, I think Disney Plus is going to be the place that gives us prime Star Wars content. And I'm perfectly fine with not seeing a movie for another 5 to 10 years, so long as they get they got to build back their public awareness. They got to build back their perception of being awesome. They got to build back their iconism amongst the fans. Why is Star Wars great? And you got to do that by putting out product. The best way to put out product right now is on Disney Plus. That Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the Ahsoka series. They have a Knights of the Old Republic. Is that thing coming out? High Republic. There's a lot of the Book of Boba Fett. That's coming. And a lot more. You know, Patty Jenkins is doing the Rogue Squadron film, which is going to be amazing. I mean, Patty Jenkins is a freaking fantastic film director, and I think she's going to bring a lot of heart and emotion to Star Wars. Taika Waititi is doing his own Star Wars story. I think them two are going to do a great job. I think Patty's Rogue Squadron is going to be like magnifique for the realms of what a Rogue Squadron movie could be, right? Because a Star Wars movie that doesn't have Jedi and the Force in it is just not going to hit on that highest tier. Now, if Patty had some amazing advice, it would be to put Jedi some way into her movie. Like if the Rogue Squadron planes are fighting over the battlefield and you look down below, you see Jedi down there getting down, that would be epic. And you see Jedi coaching them, teaching them, showing them the ways of the Force to help them through that would be great. But that's neither here nor there. We'll find out. I feel like all of these things, when you hit lows, you bounce back to get your status. And that's what I think Star Wars is doing right now. That stagecraft technology for Disney Plus, that's revolutionary and groundbreaking. That shit look fire. You know, Star Wars fans, for the most part, are the worst fandom in existence. And I'm being honest, you Star Wars fans really make me sick. I'm almost ashamed to be one sometimes. But it's the love for Star Wars that keeps us going, isn't it? I feel like Star Wars fans are the worst fandom. Then it's Marvel, then DC fans. But above all of those fans, there's this little small cult following from Zack Snyder called the Snyder Cult. They're ultimately the worst on this planet. I'm putting them aside because they don't really matter. They've dissipated. But Star Wars, you guys got to learn to come together, man. Don't shun nobody because they don't know enough movies. Don't shun nobody because they haven't read the books. Don't shun nobody because they don't know the mythos or the lore as much as you. Open up, welcome them in. That's why a lot of the Star Wars shit got into trouble, because you fans is the one that said Episode 7 was good when it wasn't. You fans didn't rage out until The Last Jedi. Y'all like that, bro. Well, y'all let a lot of this stuff happen. Fanboys are terrible for the fandom. Fans are good, fanboys are bad, because fanboys never critique. You need to critique. You need to let Star Wars know to keep them on their toes so they can make the adjustments that they need to make. Ain't no real ones out here really keeping it real out here with these people, bro, and that's the problem. So I encourage all the Star Wars fans to unite. Open up. If somebody don't know enough, educate them, let them know, bring them in, take them under your wing. Stop with the toxicity within the freaking fandom. That shit is not cool, bro. It's really not. So with that being said, I think that Star Wars is going to be back on the rise, but we can't repeat the same mistakes that we made. We got to be open, inclusive, and we got to come out and verbally let them know when they are not hitting on the level that it needs to be hit on. It's really important, man, because I care about Star Wars so much to the point where even though everybody is like down on Star Wars right now for the most part, most people, the general consensus is that Star Wars sucks right now. I'm still eager and yearning to give Star Wars another shot because it's just great. When Star Wars hits on its highest level, Marvel, DC, none of them can touch them. None of them. When Star Wars hits, everybody get out the freaking way. And I can't wait to go back to those days. Thank you guys so very much for watching Jody's Corner. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Anime reactions are officially on Patreon, jodyscorner.com/Patreon. The anime reactions are coming in 2 weeks on Monday. They're starting. You're going to get your stuff 4 weeks in advance if you become a Tier 1 Patreon. 1 week in advance for Tier 3. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out. Deuces.